Let me start off with you on the Dr. Bawumia thing. He says what Ghana needs is an upgrade and not a reset, as Mahama is suggesting.
Okay. I think the government process, the governance process demands this exercise of people telling us what they want to do and what they have done. I think it was a good process. It was a healthy exercise that adds to our democracy. He was able to engage the media and actually in a good environment. On a lighter note, there was social media blaring around his running mate sleeping in the program. I watched it, so I mean, I saw
Napo naps.
I mean, that was on a lighter note and creating some humor around it. Though, I mean, but then let's go back to the outcomes.
But they are tired.
Yes.
Campaigning is not easy.
My brother.
Campaigning is no joke.
These are people about 50 years.
Exactly.
I am just 45. If I sit with you and sometimes my problems run through my head, I nap.
Thank you.
So
I mean, we can pardon them if you see some of these things. And of course, I mean, having to speak to a country of over 33 million people to convince them to vote for you.
They just left Western region. They are in Accra.
No, you will sleep.
Here, they are there.
You'll
be tired.
Oh, you will sleep.
They have to sleep.
No, the weight on their shoulders.
It is not easy.
Yeah, so they'll sleep. So it's fine.
That 80% of one of the outcomes, that 80% of the 2020 manifesto was achieved. You see what the table I read to you? So it's easy for you to go and quickly pick that table, look at their promises and whether 80% was achieved. My irony was around the cocoa board challenge, where he said he would go and cross-check.
Yeah, I think his answer was not too convincing.
I really thought it was a shutdown.
Yeah, because I was hoping that for an event such as a Meet the Press, you would have taken briefing from all sectors, especially an important sector such as the cocoa sector. And now that, I mean, for the past week, we've been told that we are not going for the syndicated loan
and we've been talking around it.
Exactly.
I mean, so
I was thinking
the
Vice President.
And then his inability to accept that they had failures and challenges along the line. And that was from a ChannelOne journalist who asked him whether he's just to state, Freema asked whether Freema again, you're Freema again.
What do you mean he's Freema again? What she done?
You understand?
It's a question on the lips of Ghanaians. She was only a mouthpiece.
Freema too, a very, this is a very genuine question that it can be very dicey for you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you are a human being and say you've never had it or you don't have any challenges.
You know what a smart question is?
That's a smart question. That's a smart question. I would have chosen my lightest of all challenges. That's one that makes me fallible and human to just go around it. But he failed there. He said that they didn't have any challenge. Well, this cocoa board thing was a challenge to you. So cancelling of the e-levy, he's on point. But the questions are, what have you done about it and what could you have done about it while there? For me, it was a big political trap of how people to take responsibility. One thing politicians don't know sometimes is your ability to take responsibility also gives people hope. Yeah. You can just say, I messed up. Look, with this one, I messed up. Look at the jovial side of President Akufo-Addo when he mentioned a wrong candidate for in place of his candidate. And said, hey, but you see, it is a typical good thing to do. I didn't say that well at all. And then he quickly said, forgive me. I mean, that candidate cannot reproach him. But then on a lighter note, a nicer way, he corrected himself. That is what you should learn, to just be humble. But Professor Mills once did the same thing. Yeah. He said, I eat my humble pie. Yeah. You just need to sometimes accept that you are human and you are fallible. Digitalization as a catalyst is effective across board. When he spoke about it, I think people should accept and know that countries where digitalization is thriving, corruption has been fought to a higher extent. And I think he did well on the overall, but some of these lashes were the ones that, he could have avoided, but his digitalization drive and how people should not only ask, that what is digitalization, they should just go and look at what it will do for you. Because look at the revenue, as a revenue person, the GRA, the digital platforms, has actually accelerated the payment of taxes, such that one of the revelations of our ongoing research suggested that even though the staff strength of GRA at a point reduced somewhere in 2022-23, the output, as in revenue collected and generated, increased. So it means that introduction of this digital platforms, the introduction of arrows, and then also the improved systems of having people comply is also good for us.
Right.
So
let me come to you, Paul. Dr. Bawumia says Ghana's economy would have collapsed if not for the growth for oil policy.
Boy, Good for you.
Yeah. I intentionally threw that at you.
Before I come to that, I learned
Briefly,
this morning.
well,
I
our
know,
time is running. So.
I learned this morning that 2.6 million euros of the taxpayers' money has been used
to refurbish
in renovating the Parliament House. 2.6 million.
You have a problem with that?
Ali,
This is where your
I think this is where I
lawmakers
give up.
sit
I give up.
But
on
why
that.
would you want to give up?
Papa, we use $4.5 million to do accreditation for him.
I mean,
For the media.
Why
wait,
do you wanna give up?
What is really wrong with us as a country?
But this is where your lawmakers sit.
We
It
are
should be
maintaining the
befitting.
lawmaker's house.
It should be
Befitting.
befitting.
Yeah.
When last, Jesus,
And you need dialysis machines.
listen,
The portals on the motorway are still there.
when you go to Westminster,
Yeah.
you see how the House of Commons, House of Lords, how they sit. Ordinary benches. And these are people we go to borrow from, who give us grants left, right, center. And then you sit in the comfort of your chair. Huh?
One chair, one table in your front.
One chair, one table.
One thing we also need to find out if
Okay.
these chairs and tables
Look
are
at the
locally
comfort
sourced.
You have an
they are
office.
enjoying.
Special assistants.
We pay them for that too. And then you come back and tell me it is not befitting. Remember when they wanted to
Drop that
construct a
chamber.
new
Yeah,
chamber?
the
Yeah.
new chamber.
Civil society, we had to fight them before they dropped that idea. And today, 2.6 has been expended in renovating. We've lost it.
We owe them luxury.
We've lost it. But
That's it. Let's do Dr. Baumia and then
what
we can wrap
happened
up.
yesterday. I think that looking at the demeanor of the vice president, comparing him to 2012, 2013 during the election dispute, that was a very vibrant, proactive, vice president.
Yeah.
And even coming into office in 2017, you could tell how active he was. Yesterday, for some reason, I did not see that.
Age.
But
Fatigue.
I want to, blame
Pressure.
it on the fact that he had just launched his manifesto
Exactly.
a week earlier. And so
the
you
voice
could
could
tell
tell.
that
Yeah.
he was tired.
Yeah.
And so perhaps...
And clearly
that-
they must have been in caucus preparing for some of the questions that would have come up.
And
so
even his answering, combining that with his posturing, could tell that he wasn't really prepared for the meet the press. And so for me, I feel that it could have been staggered, or better yet, they could have held on to it, maybe
after some 2 weeks.
yes, something like that, so that he could have, rejuvenated himself, refreshed, much more proactive,
But
and then
it's all part
and then
of the
meet
political
press.
gimmicks.
Haven't-
NDC had just
haven't-
launched the
haven't
manifesto.
said that.
If we allow them the space, they'll take over.
That's fine.
He doesn't want to pardon there.
That's fine.
No, I mean, the tensions are high, so you don't leave anything
for
to
the
chance.
avoidance